Tennis fans, we are at the Jimmy Everett Tennis Center for the 2016 American Tennis Association National Championships. Stay with us for the exciting coverage. The USTA and the ATA, the American Tennis Association, unite. How good does that feel for you representing both organizations?
Well, it feels great to me, I have to tell you. I mean, as you know, the USTA's mission is to promote and develop the growth of tennis. Our aim in the D&I department, or Diversity and Inclusion department, is to make tennis look like America. The way for us to do that most impactfully is to do that with the American Tennis Association. You know, I started through the National Junior Tennis and Learning, but my first national tournament was an ATA tournament in Princeton, New Jersey. And all the way through the juniors into adulthood, I played all of the ATA nationals. So if we want to really increase tennis participation across this country, given the changing demographics in this country, we have to partner with none other than the American Tennis Association. We're very proud to do it.
Well, the American Tennis Association has had a huge impact on growing the game, particularly in the African American community. We've had so many champions that have come through ATA Nationals over the last 100 years as they're celebrating their anniversary or centenary this year. I'm one of those. I won my first competitive trophy through ATA Nationals as a 7-year-old and really never looked back. So when you look at the opportunities that they've provided, not just at the Nationals, but even within their regions, having these tournaments annually, providing opportunities for people of color to go and compete and have fun and build camaraderie amongst each other, and then look forward to the Nationals every year. It's had a huge impact on my life, and I know it's had a tremendous impact on thousands of others.
Full evening for one beautiful guy. Hall of Famer. Has a nice ring to it. What's it make you feel like to be inducted tonight into a lifetime of tennis contribution that you made?
The two feelings I have tonight are one of gratitude and one of responsibility. Gratitude for what my parents have done for me, what the ATA has done to make these opportunities available for me, what they've done over the last 100 years, what pioneers like Althea Gibson and Arthur Ashe have done to open doors, and then a responsibility to make sure that I give back, that I create as many opportunities, not just for African American players, but for all players, all American players, all American juniors and coaches, and that we also keep the legacy alive.
Being part of the ATA Nationals is always a wonderful thing. It's more like a family reunion. You see people every year, different people, same people, meet new people, and you always make friends as we go along. And being here in this gala in the afternoon, and this afternoon is wonderful. We have it every year, and it's a very nice get together. It gives us time to take a minute from our tennis matches and come in and get some more information about the American Tennis Association and the history of it.
The impact is astronomical primarily because of its history, but what it also does is allow a lot of the economically deprived children to have an opportunity to play in national tournaments, which they probably would not have an opportunity to do. They give them opportunities to see other athletes from across the country doing the same thing they're doing, but it teaches character, it teaches sustainability, it teaches family habits, and most of all, it allows them to grow and develop and be well-contained citizens, which we are very, very proud of. So many of them are able to get scholarships, go into school, and do great things. So it's just magnanimous in the amount of opportunity that it has allowed a lot of children to do.
Coming to this tournament every year, you know, you'll just look forward to seeing everybody, even though you were opponents. You knew that after the match was over, you were going to have a good time. And, you know, through the years, you just, you know, you have these friendships that, you just know you're going to see them when you come here every year. Even though you don't see them all year, it just picks back up. And that's what makes it so wonderful.
Well, for me, it's an incredible opportunity to have nothing but pride inside, because 100 years ago, this didn't happen. And where we are today really shows where we're going for the next 100 years. The leadership from the USTA has been a great supporter of this year's conference. The ATA's president and their board has been a great supporter of the relationship. But most importantly, everybody in the room is looking for the same thing, and that's the betterment of American tennis for the next 100 years.
And one of the things that we want to do with this is really show young people that tennis has a role 100 years ago in the black community. What a lot of people don't know is that tennis and baseball were the two biggest sports in the black community years ago. A lot of the doctors and lawyers and professors and ministers played tennis. A lot of everybody else played baseball, bigger than basketball or football. So tennis has a place in the black community that people didn't know about.
The creation of the ATA was a magnificent story. The history of black tennis is a magnificent story. When you think about slavery being abolished in 1865, 50 years later, a middle-class black environment had been created. And the black elite, doctors, lawyers, wanted the same things their white counterparts wanted. Nice cars, nice homes, kids playing tennis. And because they were not permitted to play in white tournaments, the American Tennis Association was formed, and that was 100 years ago. So we celebrate that centennial anniversary today.
Oh, it's really a beautiful thing. I mean, you know, we've had our years of struggle and gotten past that, but to get to this point of 100 years, it's very special. You know, when we got in reach, everybody was saying, man, can we make it to 100? You know, most of those organizations spawned during segregation didn't make it quite that long, so we were very proud that we did get here.
It's a great venue and it's a great group. This is the 5th year that we've done it, and we just have established great relationships with them. It's one of our favorite groups that we do during the year.
It's huge for us. We bring a team down every year. The kids need to experience national competition. They need to be in an environment where kids who look like them are competing seriously on the court. And they look forward to this every year. They support one another, and it's good for them to be away from their parents, self-reliant, and they have a great experience every year.
This was my first experience at a national tournament, actually, and the fact that I can do this in an ATA, it's even better.
It's kind of fun because, you know, this is my 3rd year, but get to meet a lot of new people, so it's a great experience.
It's just a fun tournament to play, and, like, you know, about a bunch of competitiveness, you know, and it's pretty much a fun tournament, you know what I mean? So, pretty much.
It's a whole lot of fun. It's a super blast for me. How much fun is it for you?
It's really fun. There's a lot of events, and I get to go to most of them, and I get to meet more people that are new to the tournament.
I think it's a different atmosphere than most of the other tournaments that I play. Most of the other tournaments that I play are USTA tournaments, but this atmosphere is like more different. It's more like, feels more like a family. Like you can make friends, you can find your doubles partner here. So it's definitely different, more comfortable.
So what brings out that cool smile in you from the ATA championships, Bryce?
Everything, the people, the courts, just the whole experience being here in Florida. It's so sunny and so nice, and it just makes me even more myself. Cool.
This is my first ATA tournament, so it's going to really mean a lot to me.
The history of this tournament and the organization, I didn't really know too much about it before. I knew it was like kind of like when the time period was, but I didn't know how important it was because I've been used to playing USTA and of course with other races, so I think it was really great to know the history.
It's motivating and it helps you to learn like what you need to improve on and stuff, and so I really like coming.
I think it's really amazing that it's been going on for 100 years. And then as an adult, I can still come back, and as an employee of the USTA, I can still come back and see some of these same people still playing. Some of them are still playing, but still visiting, and just you know, it's kind of like a family reunion type of thing. So it's a really nice atmosphere.
The ATA means a lot to me. I played my first ATA a long time ago when I was 10 years old. It was in San Diego. And I had the opportunity to meet Arthur Ashe. He gave a clinic there, so it was very memorable to me. So that's a great history, this organization, and I'm just proud to be a part of it for so many years. And every year, myself and John Wilkerson brings kids here to have the same experience, yes.
Working with kids, giving to kids, helping mold kids, that helps me. So
It's a win-win for both of us. Thank goodness. I know it's a win for me, and I've seen the results where it's a win for kids.
Bobby Curtis, a year ago from tonight, you were inducted into the Black Tennis Hall of Fame. Memories from that year ago, Bobby.
It was a wonderful night for me, and obviously getting introduced by John Desdunes, who was one of my students and a national coach, was just outstanding, and it was just a wonderful night for me.
It's had a tremendous impact over the years. You know, it is America's oldest African-American sports organization for all sports. And I'm delighted that the 100th anniversary is being held here in Florida. And they have had a great impact on the sport over the years with all of the people who've been honored in the Hall of Fame, including the ones we have on our cover with Althea Gibson and Arthur Ashe. The other thing that's exciting is that the ATA is moving or forming its national headquarters, will be right here in Florida, and they're looking at Miramar, which is down here in the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area. And that's very exciting also.
For me, the induction is really about gratitude, about thankfulness for what the ATA has done for American tennis, about the fact that they've stood in the gap to keep the African American community engaged in tennis at a time at the beginning when there weren't opportunities for African Americans to be involved in the USTA. And today, standing here, having Katrina Adams as the president of the USTA, it's really a testament to the value and the work and the sacrifice of everybody who's come before us and who's been involved with the ATA.
Well, it's an incredible feeling for me when you have the 100 years of the American Tennis Association and you have the leadership of the USTA in the same room, but you also have the same ideas of where we need to go moving forward for the next 100 years. To be in the same room with a Martin Blackman, who's now the Director of Player Development for the USTA, and many of our life members who they haven't been here for 15 years, and just to see them all together in one room celebrating one cause, and that's tennis. So for me, it's an incredible moment, one that makes my heart feel good, but most importantly, I'm glad that we can bring these organizations together to prepare for the next 100 years.